Hey, okay, we're gonna just dive right in because we have a lot of painting to do. Now, I decided that we needed more of a light source coming on the mountain, also because the picture says so, because we're trying to, go off the picture. So, we're gonna add some light brown. I'm using yellow ochre mixed with the Van Dyke brown, and then I am using a little bit of the liquid white. Literally, a tiny little drop of that liquid white. Um, One, so it's an easier glide, and two, so it's the lightest that I want it. You know what I mean? We just need it a little light, okay? Whatever. It's the grass upon the mountain. It's dry grass. We're in a desert, so imagine that, if you will, okay? Virginia City is a little higher up, so they do have some trees, pine trees and stuff, but it's still deserty. You know what I mean? So, just with the palette knife, we're just going to pick out where we want the highlights. Um, and again, it's the same type of strokes, but I want you to do really light. Some of that darkness, I want it to come through. You want it to come through because then it adds depth and then less work for us to do. And remember, it's in the background, so we're not going to have that much crazy detail. So when we're doing our bushes and stuff, it's not going to feel like actual bushes and trees, but it's in the distance. We don't want them to be fantastic. You know what I mean? Okay, now leave a little gap right here. You see how right in the back on the top part of the mountain we have shadowing, okay? This part was a little tricky, like when I get to the edge, because you know how we're doing these in different panels. I had to actually go inside the crack a bit, and it was a little hard. But it worked. It worked, and I didn't really have to touch up that much with the paintbrush, so that's nice. Okay, so let's pick out where else you want your shadows. You can totally make this mountain the exact same as I'm doing, or not. We're going to fan out just a little bit, drag it down, fan some pieces. We're going to fan some of the pieces out just to kind of blend it, but I don't want too much. I don't want to lose all the dirt that we got going on and the background. I just want to kind of make soft edges, you know? Nice and easy, gentle, gentle. And then we're going to create more shadows and more things as well. Look at that. It's already coming around. I'm noticing, and we're going to have to fix this, but the buildings behind the red and white one are a little off, you know? So we're probably going to, like I know I'm putting this mountain still right here, we're probably going to come in with the buildings at this level a little bit, just be aware. We plan as we go. We don't always know everything because we're trying also to not think. Because thinking starts to breed up the thoughts that we're trying to not have, you know? We're trying to escape darkness. And when we think too much about our strokes, other thoughts pop in. So this is a game of no thinking, only feeling, only observing the picture we're referencing. I don't want to say copy, that's plagiarism. We're referencing. Which is also good that you make your mountains just a little bit different. I don't know. That's an interesting thing, you know? Because you can take images either yourself and then completely replicate them, which is the better thing to do for sure. And if you are copying it from a picture to make it reference, you don't want it exact, to be honest. It is a bit of plagiarism. It's a touchy line, all right? But let's talk about other things. It's kind of like a form of meditation, you know, when we're not thinking. All right. And it's okay if it comes out onto these buildings because it won't matter. They'll just get covered. It's just paint. Paint can go over paint. We are going to add some of the bushes and trees, and watch how I do this. It's going to be like super easy. It feels weird. Let's just say that. It's going to feel weird. And FYI, the other half of this video is not voiceovered. Just so you know. Want to know what's crazy is it's already October 1st. I mean, actually today is October 3rd. That's crazy. September like flew by. I feel like September just started and now it's October. I blinked and it's just done. What? That's insane. And then Christmas, you guys. Christmas is coming. Hey, by the way, okay, Halloween. Costumes. Do you guys have pets? Comment down below. Do you have pets? Do you dress them up for the holidays? I want to know. Here's how we're going to make our our trees and our bushes in the background. It's a little bit that same yellow ochre. I didn't even change it. I put some Van Dyke brown and some crimson red, just a tiny bit. Okay. Oh, sorry. We're not going to do the trees out of this. Actually, I think I do. Anyways, this is to pull out the shadows. Anyways, do you dress up your pets? I want to know. Comment down below. Are you going to do that this year? What are they going to be? What are they going to be? Like, I have pets. My kids are all talking about, like, dressing up the cats and stuff. And they're totally Halloween-y type of cats, okay? We have a black one and an orange one. And the black one has, like, orange speckles. I forget what they call it. It's not the calico, but it's a different one. I don't know. Anyway, it's kind of the same thing. But she's all black. And anyway, like, I've thought about dressing up the animals. I think about it sometimes, especially if I do take the dogs with us, trick-or-treating, you know. That does become kind of a pain, but I've thought about it. I don't know. I've just never done it. I think about it, though. But I am curious, how many of you do it? And do your animals love it? I've seen some videos where some animals, they look like they actually love the little costumes they got on. Like, how adorable. It's funny. And then it's funny too because I used to get so offended when people would compare dogs to children. And I've always grown up with dogs, right? But once I got Hank, it was different because I haven't had a dog when they were tiny itty bitty puppy. I've always had them like already half grown, right? So you miss the very beginning stages, and I think they're the most important stages. And I don't know, I kind of got spoiled with my dog. He does not drool. He does not slobber on me. He does not try to lick me. He's very gentle when he takes out treats. He likes to lay down when he eats. Like, literally, and he eats like one itty bitty bite at a time. Like, he's super calm about it. He doesn't wolf it down. It's crazy. And he's like super fast learner. So it's just funny, but I used to get so offended, right? Until Hank, and totally my perspective changed because they freaking are. Okay, they learn everything with their mouth, so everything goes in their mouth, just like a freaking baby crawling around putting shit in their mouth, right? Literally every stage of a baby growing up is the same as a freaking puppy, and they all have their own different personalities, just like children. So I do believe them as children. They really are. They really are. And I do believe that there's a huge difference in behavioral and learning behaviors, and just anything in general that you're teaching the dog. It's a lot easier when they're smaller. I know that seems difficult, but if you treat them exactly as you would a baby human crawling around, if you treat them exactly like that, how you would reprimand a baby, and you know that they're gonna shiz all the time, and they just want to poop and eat and sleep and poop and eat and sleep and run and play and laugh and poop and eat and sleep and run and play and laugh and poop, and you know that, it's easier. And then you won't have this struggle that you usually find typically when people are like, oh, I didn't know how much work a puppy was going to be. Well, there's much work as a baby. Okay? That's what it is. Okay? It's time and dedication. Time and dedication. You have to be potty training instantly. Okay? You don't got diapers instantly. You got to potty train instantly. So it's literally going outside every 30 minutes. So if you do not have dedication and time to dedicate to this, get a cat. Cats, they litter box train. You can leave them home alone. You probably sometimes, if they're a feisty kitty, will come home to a wrecked home. But they didn't poo-poo all over the floor. They just pushed things off the counter, So they're easy. You don't have to train them, really. Throw some toys out for them. Get a little robot mouse. Do a cat. If you don't have time to dedicate as much time as it would be for a baby, don't get a dog. Get a cat. Period. Okay? Moving on. What do you think about that? Moving on. Yeah. Holidays, they're coming up. We're going to have to start. You see how I'm just, they're just looking like blobs. That's all we're doing. You're doing a blob. A blob. It's just a blob. A blob with a pull up. Okay, just pull that up. You can use a thin brush. You can do both, thin and thick. Anyways, holidays, they're coming up. Christmas, are you even ready? Usually I do shopping early, and I didn't. I don't know. It's crazy. I feel like we should just boycott presents. We're at a point economically where we kind of need to pull the plug on all of us. All of us regular citizens, okay? We're not the elites, we're not the president, we're not the government, blah. We need to stop buying anything anymore right now. We need to stop paying our taxes, and we need to stop. Italy's doing it. They're having success. There's another country I heard is also doing it, having success. It's time we band together. This is how we unite. This is how we fight back. This is actually really serious. So I think that with the holidays coming up, honestly, let's boycott them all. That's where they make the most money. Halloween, candy, costumes, all the things. Just stay in. Let's just have game night with card games. We're not even put Netflix on. We're not even, none of it. We just have to stop. We have to stop consuming. Around the holidays, we just got to stop consuming. And it's hard. Dude, it's such a double-edged sword because us content creators, we need you guys to consume our content. And we have to, as content creators, we have to sacrifice for a little bit, okay? That goes for actors and actresses and everything like that. If you really want to make a difference in the world, we all have to fight back. We all have to pitch in. And we all have to just stop. We just stop. When we all do it, they can't do anything. There's too many of us, okay? Remember the movie Ants? We are the ants, they are the grasshoppers, and we are more. And we are a bigger army than them. And this is how we fight back. So, holidays, fuck them. We're not doing them this year. Serious, for real. So serious. So serious right now. No, for real. Dude, that doesn't mean that you can't, make handmade stuff. Hello? You got an artist here teaching you how to arty, okay? You can do that. You can paint them a picture. Here you go, I painted a picture. I knew you needed this in your room, so I painted it. And isn't that awesome? You created it with your own hand. Let's start a new tradition. Make your Halloween costumes. You want to still participate? Make your candy. You can make these things yourself. You don't even have to make candy. Just make popcorn. You don't even need the candy. It's bad for us anyway. Do some apples. Make an apple pie from scratch because you got cookbooks that you bought a long time ago and you don't want to use them because I don't know why, but you should. Let's start using them skills, baby. We're going to boycott the stores. No one's going to work no more. We're going to take back our freedom, which means we just create with our own hands and the things that we already have. Isn't that cool? Because God already gave it to us. It was already free, and we just decided to be part of a stupid Matrix program because someone decided that we should, and then they believed it, and then we're still doing it, which is stupid. I don't know. That's just my opinion, bro. Bruh. All right, listen. Make sure you're keeping with your line of symmetry. We can now focus that line to be where the tops of the bottom building are when they meet the mountain, okay? That's our center. So make sure when we're drawing this balcony that I made the mistake of going way too far down in this moment, but that's okay because this is charcoal. And we're starting with the charcoal. And I do have to come out just a little bit out of the building because angles. Because angles. The view of how we see this at this type of angle, we need it to go in this direction. And this is the way we do it, okay? Yes. Alright, now we're just going to draw basic shapes. Remember, this is not the perfection stage. This is everything has to go on in layers, okay? This takes time. And we chose a very large piece. I'm sorry. I know. I get that ADHD thing too, and I've already got ideas for a wall that I decided to paint purple in my kitchen, and I'm going to do it all floral. I know. We're going to paint that, and it's going to be awesome. That will be an episode that you'll be joining me on, because we're going to do brave things. Anyways, that's coming up. That's a different thing. Anyway. So, we're extending that roof. Yeah. I had to you can wipe some of that paint off. The charcoal did work, even though it was a little bit wet paint. It did work over it. So I have to make this bluer building a little bit taller, but the green building behind it is slightly taller. And welcome to part 2. Hey, how's it going? It's Coach Janis, and it is our painting day today. We got the big light on. We got this light on. Okay, you can see it in my glasses. It's a lot of lights, okay? I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire now. Brain injuries. We don't like the big light. Anyways, let's get back to it. So I want you to understand something. This is not the perfection stage. I repeat, this is not the perfection stage. Have a look, okay? Now, we've got ourselves some light now because we did these mountains and now there's light. So since light is coming in this direction, right, we're going to have, over here, these buildings, the only light you're going to get on these buildings is going to be this back building over here in this area only. This might get a little topping of it, and then of course the toppings of the light will be right here on the top of these buildings over here, okay? This building, this might be the only building that gets a shot of light, especially in this area, and same with this building. So you're going to see more details of these. And then down here, okay, we're going to start doing, this whole side is going to be darker, right? That's what that means, because it's all going to be shadow, because we decided that when we did this mountain that I randomly needed to add in. So now we have a light here, so now we have to follow through, or it's going to look fucking weird. Okay, so here's the thing, okay? We're going to be working on shadows more. We're going to come down here. I think we're going to start down in the darker areas. We want to get shadows. We need to make this building a little higher. Again, let me move you. Oh, God. No, don't you break on me. My ring light isn't the best right now. It broke, and it's taped right now currently. Anyways, so right here, you see that? See how all this is shadowed? Oh, yeah, it works perfectly because here's your light, and then all these buildings are shadowed except for this part because that's where the sunlight is, okay? So we are following this, you see? So the roof, that we had to extend up because we kind of messed up. It's all good. This roof will see light. And then we have to get this part, you know, how that is. So that'll be shadowed. So that's what we got to remember when we're working over here on this building and the building next to it where the roof's going to get some light. You got to remember that. Roof has light. So shadows and shapes. That's what we care about right now. So let's get into it, shall we? All right, we've got our crimson red, gray, your ultramarine blue, okay, and the one that just fell, your Van Dyke brown. We'll mix all together to get this beautiful dark grayish coloring going on, okay? So it's not quite black. We're gonna have some more dimension to it. This is what it looks like. Okay, just a little bit of the red, a lot more than you think, okay? Just a little bit of the Van Dyke brown and a little bit of the gray. All right, so, you know what? Here's a colored picture so that we remember what color looks like. Okay, so right now, shadows, shading, okay? I had to, listen, I had to pause, okay? Sometimes our kids need us and we gotta do stuff with the kids, so I had to pause, okay? Okay. Oh, don't do that. It almost dropped you. It got a little heavy with the moving around. Okay, so we want to focus on the dark areas. We're going to just shadow work today, all shadow. So we're going to have to get under here, and it's okay if we come over here and redo some stuff, you know, make it have more depth, okay? Right now, shadows, okay? Okay, so that same blue-gray coloring we were doing. Okay, what brush do I want? That's the question, isn't it? It's always the question of the day. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to use this size. No, it doesn't even have it on here. It's fine. It doesn't matter. All right. So just kind of go in. You don't have to be perfect about it, but we're going to go in, darken some stuff up. It's a big area, so I do want this bigger one. Hold on. Just scrub it on in there. It's okay if that back color shows through because we're going to add layers, okay? Did you guys see that last video I did on the tarot channel? I actually did one about basically getting your power back, you know? Life stressors, things like that. Kind of aimed towards healing from traumas or divorces and stuff like that. Okay, now let's see. So we're just going to basically, like blocks, okay? We're blocking in things. We're just looking at our picture reference, blocking in. These are the shadows. Nothing's perfect right now. Like, it won't matter if these are uneven. Don't judge. We're not doing that here. We get so finicky sometimes. I was doing it to myself earlier. And like, you start picking on yourself and you're like, why is it not working out how I want? I'm like, because I'm thinking. Duh. Art isn't really about thinking, it's about letting go. It's about just looking at shapes, looking at shadows, but just letting go. Try not to think about your movements. Just follow what you see with your eyes over here and get somewhat close to it. And then little by little, pick at it and work with it, move it, and you'll get there. Yeah, anyways, getting your power back, right? Like, what can you do that makes you feel good? Also, saying mantras to yourself. Like, when you wake up in the morning, first thing, look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh, hi, beautiful, or hey, handsome, how's it going? And just from there, embody joy, gratitude. I did not realize, hold on for a second, I did not realize that this bothers me when I scrub on the canvas like that. You know how some people don't like styrofoam? Yeah, it's feeling like that right now. Never have I ever. And I always do this. Maybe it's just this brush, like it feels like sandpaper going on. I don't know. Anyways, so you're going to tell yourself these good vibe things. And you're going to work on the inner you. And you're going to just work on how you respond, how you react to people and things and stuff like that. That was totally off, by the way. There's a window over here. I gotta stand up for 1 second. Make sure I'm in my line. I'm sitting at kind of an angle, so it doesn't really help me stay in. I just didn't want my dang head to be in your way, you know? I don't know if I finished what I was saying. I don't know. I won't know until I go edit this video, to be honest with you. I'm in the zone, man. It's the same thing as when I'm reading a tarot. Sometimes I zone out. It's whatever. It's okay. Maybe it'll come back up. Maybe it won't. Not a big deal. We don't have to be perfect, remember. Those are just shapes. We can push paint however we need to. Shadows. Working on shadows. There you go, chair. Let me see you. Alright. So remember this. This is what's throwing me off. So our line, right? We got to make sure these lines here on the window are coming up where we need them. So we're going to just kind of, because if we go, woo, we want to like all the way fix that. There we go. And then same with up here. This line's going to come downwards a little bit. Do you see that though? How that changed that? Just barely. That's all we needed, just barely. Okay. Right. Now these windows, this one's just like a pole that's come through here. This will have to do something else, but I want to have this, like we're going to paint the glass part over these. This way it comes through. It'll be transparent a bit. But this is where a pole is. We got to draw that pole, which is literally about right up on this crack, interestingly. That'll be fun. Right? Okay, we're going to have to like fix these a bit. above because that's like a ledge, okay? Dip how you need to. Oop, there's a lot. It's fine. Just want those shadows in there. Whoa. I hate when my eyes do that. All of a sudden I'm like focusing too hard and they go, don't do that. Okay. This part. We're going to leave this side at this point, and then we'll do this like a different shade of red, but this is going to be the shadow of that red, okay? Same thing with this other side here. Oops, a little carried away. That's all right, that's all right. Oh, I noticed that before, but we didn't continue going down. That's what's different. Huh. All right, so now we have another little shadow over here upon this balcony. Boop. Just color it in, darling. Yeah, we're gonna have to like, that's fine, actually. And then we'll go over it in white on the front of the posts. Oop. That's okay. We'll fix that later. Okay, not too much. Perhaps if I used a smaller brush, you know, might have been a good choice. And also it's the, whatchamacallit, the charcoal rubbing off, you know? Okay. Oh, before I forget, sorry, I didn't mean to tap you. Let's clean this one brush because I don't want it right now. Don't want it sitting there too long. That's how you ruin your brushes, bro. Sis, don't do that. It's not very nice. These ones used to be my grandpa's. I actually remember when he went to the art store to go get it. Each one of these was like $50 because it's with real squirrel hair. Some are with real horse hair. There's one I remember him paying like $300 for. It was a lot, man. I don't really remember if it was that much, to be honest. It could have been. It was high though. I was like, for a paintbrush, Grandpa, really? I think they really are up that high. I don't know. Now I gotta look into that. I just remember at this fancy schmancy art store, that's where he always got his oil supplies and everything. And it was crazy. I'm like, holy crap. There are really brushes out there that are like hundreds of dollars. It's crazy. But for the right one, right? I was little. And that art store back in the day in Reno was right next to the horse supply store with the horse on top of the building. Renonians, you would remember that. Okay. We have more shadows to do. Okay, I just don't ever want that to like accidentally come close or loose. Alright, now we need, I'm gonna get, I kind of need that. I am snacking on chocolate chips. I almost called them M&M's again. I don't know why I do that. They're not M&M's, clearly. Alright, so I kind of thinned down the paint so that we can get underneath this because it's going to be the shadow. And it's okay if the whole railing gets painted right this second. We're gonna add the white to it, don't worry. But we need the shadow there, and we need the Charcoal gone. Okay, so just follow that line. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect right now. Paint is paint. Get it. Listen, I'm making my own music. Linda. Dude, we just talk about random stuff, okay? Nothingness sometimes, because we don't always, as artists, don't always know what to freaking talk about. You know what? Let's talk about that. I like texting so much, but why don't some people understand how texting works? Like, the whole point is like so that you can get back to me whenever you can get back to me. I'm kind of a quick responder, but that's because I don't have a regular schedule like the rest of y'all, you know? So I can respond quickly. Plus, if I don't respond quickly, and this has happened, if I'm like, oh crap, I'm kind of busy, I'll respond later. I hate when that happens because then I think that I responded later. Days will go by. Hours or days, sometimes a week or two. And I'm like, oh damn, I thought I freaking responded. But turns out I didn't. I'm sorry. It's just I get caught up in my own little world, you know. I'm busy. Okay? I don't know. I just try to be busy, I guess. That's another thing though, which is a survivor skill technique, is being busy. And it works to a point, but you still have to face it. You still have to face the stuff. You still have to feel the pain. And I'm not saying to feel it to stay there, but you have to learn how to transmute it. Feel it, recognize it. Sometimes we go there and we have to sit there and be like, hey, we're not there right now. We're good. And then we do the process of elimination. Where are you? What are you doing in this moment? What do you see around your room? You're pointing out things. You're looking at colors. How many blue things are there? And then get yourself back here and free your mind. Just paint. Start painting on our project. Work on more shadows. Whatever you got to do. Working out also is a good thing. Go over to my other channel. Do some workouts if you want. But at least figure out your body type. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. This is something easy. So if you're a PETA, you're better off for your body type. You guys are the fire sign. Okay? You're the fire element. PETAs. Very warm. So working out for you guys, you would want to do more weightlifting. If you're Vata, you'd want to do more cardio. You're the wind sign. And Kapha, you're earth and water. You would do best doing equal amount of both. And Kapha, funnily, you guys don't like working out at all, but you guys would do best doing both. Just FYI. Pitas do better in ice baths, and Vatas do better in saunas or jacuzzis, and Kapha can do either. So, there's that. It's pretty cool, you know, because once you figure that out, everything else just kind of breezes by. Oh, yes. That's exactly what we wanted to do. Boop. Yes. See what happens when you just don't think about it too much? You just like looking at shapes. Because for a second, I honestly was like, oh gosh, how am I going to make that good? Short and then a little belly. You make it look like it's got a little belly, or you're making a bee, you know. Sometimes we hum, okay? And a belly, boom, boom, beautiful. Oh, okay, well that's okay, we'll put white in there. We'll fix it later, it's fine. Doesn't have to be perfect yet, remember? We aren't going for perfection. Can you even hear me? I don't freaking know. Like, I got quiet a little bit. Oh no, that was a lot, but that's okay. Well, I'm gonna wait to that one as well. Oh, we forgot our little doohickey. Eek. Alright. Where else do we want our shadow work? We're gonna have to make more. Oh no. Ay. Oh, okay. Yeah, along this border. Hold your breath. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Same thing, but we're gonna trail. Okay. I put my brush upside down, like I was using it this way, okay? And then I'm going this way. And what's gonna happen is we're gonna put it up against, and we're gonna slowly trail off and lean off of the board. Watch like this. So we want our line to come at this angle, right? Boom, but it's gonna cut off a bit. Okay, so we're gonna come out here, boom, and then twisty twist. Oh, fix that. Hold on. Get into the crack. Get into the crack. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, had a little itch. All right, let's do this. Now we're gonna go wee, and it just trails off into smallness. Just wee. Sound like a little lamb. Speaking of, I need to change my last name. I also need to change that phone number over to the other plan that I got going on, so I can be done with that. Yeah, I need to do that. Okay, we're gonna go along the line, just nice and easy. Hold your breath. Okay. You gotta have fun, okay? Just be a little weirdo. Charcoal, you're being a little beep. Do. Sometimes, like, I'll look back at the camera to make sure that I'm not like how I was sitting a second ago. A funny image in my head. I was like, oh gosh, that would be the worst type of side profile. Like, I already hate my side profile, so like, boom. That actually really helped doing that noise. You guys, who gave me a microphone? Who was it? Beautiful. It's just beautiful. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. We're gonna do like bam. Okay, honestly, that's how I hold my breath, okay? But I just want to be obnoxious for you. Because why not, you know? Like, duh. We're gonna, oh, this was the side profile I thought you were gonna get, okay? I gotta situate my face real quick. I don't know if you saw me because I couldn't see you. You know, I don't know. Angles are terrible, and so is this light. It does nothing good for me. Oh, goodness me. Whoa. Don't you dare. Be nice. Stay. Okay, perfect. All right. Back to what we were doing. Because we're little weirdos over here on the internet. Bro, though, that light really is, like, hot. Like, this is also why I don't like the bright light. Is, like, it's just hot. In the bathroom, I'm the same way. Like, I can't have the full brightness. I'm so glad the bathroom has dimmers. Whoa, hey, don't do that. I'm giving a compliment. That's rude. Why are you shaking on me? Don't. Okay. Anyways. Lights always flicker around me. It's so annoying. Like, stop it. I can't even wear the watch thing, okay? My energy's too much. Apple Watches. Anyways, I was getting carried away. Forgot what I was saying. I don't know. I guess it's not important anymore. Whatever. Doesn't even matter. Rambling. She's rambling again. You know what? I don't want that. Oh, no. Get off here. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't want that, though. It was to, like, you know, make sure that I know how to draw a stick. I don't know. Sometimes my brain, you know, sometimes my brain decides that that's what it needs to do, and then just like sometimes my brain decides, oh, we should hide this over here instead of where we normally put it, because technically I wanted to clean up the space, but, like, I never really wanted to get to it because, ugh, you know? And then I find out that I can't find things because I hid it from myself. And anyone else do that? Like, am I the only one? Can't be. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, let's see. Let's get this one too, because this is also one next to the other one. So that's tricky, Mr. Magoo. Tricky. Dude, we decorated for Halloween already today. Still have a little bit to go. But yeah, that was fun. It was. I didn't notice that little unit thingamajig. Oh man. We gotta do it. We're gonna have to. Okay, now. This has to come down. Calm down, yeah. Just like that. Yeah, that's good. And there's this little box unit thingamajig that's coming out of it. It's like, it almost looks like a vehicle. But we're gonna make it come out like this. Bam. And we'll add details later because we're just doing shapety shapes and shadow work. This is the darker shadow. So we're gonna have it like this. And then we have windows up in here, but there's going to be like white parts of it too. And so what we see the most is what we're going to paint the shadow of, okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect because this is not the perfect time to be perfect. That's right, I said perfect. I don't know. You tell me. We're just being weird. Okay, how many windows do you got, bro? How many windows? Okay. Well, there's going to be one underneath this little doohickey thing. How long do those go? Oh, son of a... Oh, my. They go all the way down there. Yeah, we got to get the little leggings on here. You know, like, shoot. We almost forgot. So now we got to come down here. This one too. Yep. Just like that. Beautiful. Clear the throat. It's getting a little clogged up in here. That's how I'm going to talk when I'm old. Just practicing making sure I know how to do it right. I'm going to have a cane with me too because chivalry is still appreciated. And when it's not shown, it makes one want to just hit one over in the shin or something. Just in the shin, a nice little tap. It's a nice little tap. I wasn't going to hurt somebody. You know, I was just going to do a nice little tap. Why? You're going to beat an old lady like that? That's just messed up. That's messed up. We're feisty. And we're old and we're fragile and we're pissed off. We're pissed off at old age, you know, and that's just so if you want to be my friend, that's what we're going to be like when we're old, okay? We'll be laughing together and we're going to be wasting our wheelchairs. The automatic kind and the other kind. You got to do wheelies in them things, okay? We got to run into the nurses. Listen, I'm going to keep on working out because I don't want someone else having to wipe my ass, but you do you, boo. You do you. I'm just going to come cause havoc of other sorts, you know, with our scooting around and being silly. Probably play pranks on the main doctor there. Well, I don't know, doctor. I thought it was a real heart attack this time. Next time I'll make sure it's a real one. I don't want to inconvenience you, you know. Make him feel bad and shit. Make it be funny. Yeah, got it all planned out. And she's gonna be my best friend. I mean, I got one, but I like... Okay, I do like a small group of friends. You're right. Geminis, we be bouncing sometimes. Like, we like to be social, but then there's times where we're like, no, nah, it's not happening today, you know? Or like, if you guys had to cancel plans and you're like, oh no, when we get back into our pajamas and our comfy clothes and we do our art and we like hang out with ourselves because that's just, it's not anything to do with anything else. And it's not like we just love ourselves more than everybody else either. It's just like, you know how some people just kind of prefer animals over people? It's kind of like that. It's just like everything's in my space and everything's here at my house. And everything is the things that I had to, you know, patiently wait for or buy because kids, you know, so you got to work it out to where you can budget and stuff. And then other things happen and life be life. But, you know, you save up for these things and they're just like important. Oh, no, you know. Do you know? Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man The one on Drury Lane? Yeah. The Muffin Man. I don't know. I like Shrek. That was a good one. It was a good one. You know, like, it's not the same, though. Like, we have Boy Meets World, you know? We had other kinds of cartoons and Pinky, they're Pinky and the brain. They'll never show that stuff, like, ever again, probably. That's crazy. We lost a couple buildings over here. We're gonna have to make some buildings, but we have to make them come down. I think that's what the problem was. We were gonna come at this height, but they technically need to be at this height and then come straight down. So actually, we have to go like this and go bam, just ruin our mountain right here. But that's all right because it's not really gonna ruin it, and we have to. Like, it's just gonna look off. You can't just miss some of it. You can't just like cut the building half in half and then just like half the building. You know, that'd be freaking crazy. And we're gonna paint that and just like make it like a stick. And there's just another stick over here. Oh, we gotta come down. Because it comes down further. Okay. And then we gotta come over here and next one. Yep. And one more. One more. Right there. Bam. Bam. Okay. And then, okay, well, we went too far. For sure. We need to just stop that right here. So we'll just do this. And blend that in because we don't care. It doesn't really matter. And then this has a bit of a pink, like that, of a trim looking thing. And yeah, you can't see that, but what you can see is the next building over. And this one gets pushed back just a bit and it comes out like this. Boom, 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 boom. And then it's going to come straight down here. Okay, and that matches. All right, look at that. Look at that. We fixed something, and we fixed another something. And then we can do it. We can do it. You see, we can do good things. We can do hard things. We can. We forgot to do this. Beep. And this has another little roof of its own. Beep. Okay, perfect. And then this building has, first, let's divide this building right here. Stop right there. Perfect. And right there, stop. That's great. Beautiful. Okay. Now you got two different established buildings. And then what we want to do, you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, I think. I don't know, but they're like, I think I went too far. Yeah, cut it off right there. Yep. That's a good thing about oil too, is I could go in there like that. You couldn't do that with acrylic. Acrylic could be like, bam, I'm dry. You know, like instant. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Looking good. 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 Sometimes we just do weird noises. Alright. It's okay to be weird, dude. Like, calm down. Take a deep breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Try some different voices. Maybe you're just sick of the one you already have and you just want to try some new ones on. It's alright. They're just voices. Ain't no big thing. Okay, we have to make these bottom windows match, but remember our lineage. So it's going to look like this. Okay, now take that, and there's your lineage. Bam. I had to, you know, it is easier for me to do it like that, where I remove it, and then we need this little bit of, right underneath these windows, is just like a tiny little ledgy thing. Bam. But make it kind of thick because we have to put a little bit of white on it, and we still need a shadow underneath, okay? Let's see, those other windows do not have it. But with the smaller brush, we'll get more detailed upon that. Okay, good, thanks, that's great. Any other shadows? Yes, indeedy. All this greenery is actually a huge shadow. And we're going to stop it right here because, yeah, it's already at 40 minutes. And then we'll be back here to do more shadows. We want to get this covered, though. So if you have some time, do this. Get that shadow up in there because that's the dark part. This window might disappear because I had misplaced it a little bit, and we're going to fix that too. So it doesn't actually matter what I just did. It's fine. Okay, so, yeah. Hope you guys liked it. We'll get back to more, like I said. And you guys have a great night or day whenever you're watching this. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. Peace.